Hey guys, Ed over here at FICMRepair to talk about jump starting. It's that time of year, it's February in 2026, and the weather is cold. So if you have to have the unfortunate experience of having to jumpstart your vehicle, I do not want you to have to become my customer for the FICM. So here's what you do. You get the biggest, baddest, most, thickest jumper cables you possibly can, and hopefully they're in your truck. Hopefully you're keeping them with you just so you can help the next guy. And the next guy might be you, just saying. So 1/0 jumper cables are awesome. That's totally what you want. They're 105,000 circular mils. Yes, please use them. If you've only got 8 gauge or 10 gauge, 8 gauge is like 16,500 circular mils. It's not nearly as much of a jumper cable, and so it can't pass as nearly as many amps. So get a bigger set of jumper cables. Then hook it up to the passenger side battery, not the driver side battery, because the passenger side battery is where the starter cable connects, and you want to attach the positives on both batteries first. On the passenger side battery of your vehicle that's dead, and on the host vehicle's a positive terminal as well. And then you want to attach the negative, okay, on your vehicle first, then on their vehicle. Fine, and obviously don't let the positives and negatives touch. Just saying. Then leave it hooked up for like 5 minutes at least. If you've got 15 minutes, 15. If you got 30, 30. But recognize the reason why. There is a 160 amp draw key on engine off when you got that little wait to start light that the people call it the glow plug light, but it's the wait to start light. That's 160 amps. That's a lot of juice, and your batteries were dead, remember. Then it's 1,350 amps to get the starter to begin spinning. Then it's 300 amps to keep the starter spinning if it's a 6.0 starter, or if it's a 6.4 or 6.7, it's like closer to 400 amps. It's a lot of juice. And then after the truck finally starts, it's a 230 amp draw. Just in case we don't need to kick some batteries when they're down here, it's a 230 amp draw because the glow plugs stay on for a period of time after ignition, like 0 degrees and colder, which is probably when you're jump starting, just here to say. That's 2 minutes. 2 minutes at 230 amps. So here's what you want to do. You want to hook up your battery cables, let it sit 5, 10, 15, 30 minutes if you can. Let the batteries have some kind of chance to recover. Have your host vehicle on high idle if it's got that feature. Just leave your foot on the gas, whatever, 1100 RPM or so, and just leave it there and just wait. And obviously every single light and everything on the donor truck, on your truck rather, that's dead, keep that stuff off. No dome lights, no radio, certainly no headlights. Oh my goodness. Have everything off and just let the batteries sit there and eat. Eat all of the available electrons from your jump pack, from your host vehicle, whatever, right? And by the way, maybe you just want to get like one of those NOCO packs. They're freaking awesome. Deliver 3,000 amps or whatever, the Sam Hill. But regardless, all these rules apply, right? After you've let it go that long, roll the key to the on position on your vehicle, wait for the coil light to shut off. I know it's 160 amps, I get it. You're probably going to hear the donor vehicle kind of draw down, right? Because it's like, oh my goodness, right? Then go ahead and engage the starter. And if it starts, great. If it doesn't start, if it just click, click, get off the key and wait another 15, 20 minutes. This might take a little bit. I mean, it's a lot of displacement here, and it's diesel, right? Everything's cold and pissed. So just have some patience with yourselves. This isn't to break the land speed records kind of thing. I don't want you to have to become my customer for the FICM. FICMs die because of inadequate supply side voltage. This is called How to Kill a FICM 101, which is why you don't try to start a 6-liter with dead batteries. You just don't. You get the batteries charged up first and then go. But sometimes you're stuck, and so what do? That's the purpose of this video. After the vehicle does officially start, please do not remove the jumper cables immediately. Wait every bit of 2 minutes. Every bit of 2 minutes. Ideally, by the way, why? Because you have this 230 amp draw for that entire time. Now, if you can, ideally, if it's not too much in position for the person who's volunteering to help you, you'd wait until 130 degree oil, because that's when the amp draw of the system drops all the way down to what it's going to be. And so it's like 130 amps, I want to say, if memory recalls. Maybe somebody can correct me in the comments. Draw after the glow plugs are running until 130 degree oil, and then it's like 25 amps to keep it spinning. But you want the other vehicle to help out this whole time, and then after you're at 130 degree oil, great, Disconnect the jumper cables. By the way, negatives first, then positives on both vehicles. So negatives on one vehicle, negative on the other vehicle, positive on the one vehicle, positive on the other vehicle. And then go ahead and skedaddle, get out of there, and hopefully you don't have that long of a drive, just saying, because alternators are not battery chargers. They just don't have the duty cycle for that. And I don't want you to burn out an alternator, but if you do, I know a guy there too. The point is, please don't become my customer for the alternator, not because of this. Please don't become my customer for the FICM, not because of this. Order you up some 1/aught jumper cables, keep them in the truck, and then just keep an eye on your batteries. And if you don't run battery monitor, if you don't have a way to monitor your batteries, I mean, you can hop on Amazon and buy a little cigarette lighter adapter with a battery volt indicator for like $10, right? And you can just keep an eye on your batteries, and if you start seeing them go south, take care of that before it costs you a FICM. Or ideally, you'd actually go ahead and have like an Edge Insight CTS3 or something like that, and you can get early indication of problems. All right? I certainly hope this video helps. If you've got another way to jumpstart your vehicle that I haven't thought of here, please put it in the comments, and let's learn together, because that's how we are. We are better together. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate all of you. FICMRepair.com. We're all in this together. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.